We're at the home of Michael Newman and Bill Howell. Michael's joining me today. Can you tell me a little bit about this property, first of all?
Well, this property goes back, about 45 years or so. Mr. Howell's parents bought this property when he and his siblings were young children, and they moved here, and this was a very new area. And most of the area north here was, kind of outside of Oklahoma City. One of the things that's interesting about this is that for his 12th birthday, his mother wanted to know what he wanted for his birthday present. And like most kids, they want a bicycle or they want a car or something like that. But he was working as a water boy for Satterley's Nursery. And he had noticed they had mimosas and things, and the mimosas, made a lot of mess and stuff. But he saw kind of the grandeur of this willow oak, and he kind of liked the laciness of it and stuff. So this was a 5-gallon willow oak, back about 35, 40 years ago. So it's kind of ended up being a monument to this yard. And the yard has evolved based upon how much shade that the tree provides, and also it's taken a lot of nutrients away from the other things. So the Bermuda that used to be here didn't really do very well. So we moved here to take care of Bill's mother, who was ailing about 4 years ago. We just started evolving this house so that actually 3 people could live here. And so this property in the yard has evolved for that reason.
And you've done quite a lot with the landscape. Why don't we go take a look at some more of the garden?
Yeah, thank you.
Well, as you've mentioned, this garden has evolved and changed over time, and the plantings here have certainly changed. What are some of your favorite plants within this garden?
Well, I think most of the favorite plants that I have is I try to keep them in a visible spot so that from the house I can see them in the changing seasons.
Yes.
And one of them is this white bud here, and it looks pretty much like a wedding during the spring, because I have the mock orange. This is a golden mock orange. That's Natchez over there. But then you've got all of this white that is blooming. And in spring, I've got the irises that kind of come on after that, and then the peonies. So a lot of that I try to keep right up here front so I can enjoy just looking out from the house.
Another thing that I really enjoy about your garden is just interesting architectural elements that you have. There's mirrors, interesting glass positioned throughout the garden, the sun and the moon.
It's things that most people throw away. Yeah. It's like, this is a recent addition here. We just put those in. That glass is basically just 2 sections of a shower door. My neighbor next door had it out for big trash, and I just had this idea. We looked at it and said, we can use that. And so we kind of opened this fence up, because back behind the fence is a service area, but it kind of gives you a visual that there's something that exists back through there. And then the mirrors that we have back on both places. When you do remodeling and stuff, you just hate to throw a mirror away. So I thought, well, what a better place than to put it out in the yard.
A little dimension.
Right.
Well, one of my favorite gardens here is the meditation garden. Let's go take a look at that.
Sure. Great.
This is just a very tranquil garden. I really enjoy it. You've done a nice job with it.
Well, that's its whole purpose. The whole purpose of coming into the backyard is each time you kind of turn a corner, you see something new. And to me, this is just very restful and peaceful. And this is a tree. Actually, there were 3 of them. It's a sweet gum, and this one survived. And it's over the years taken a lot of damage, from the ice and stuff, but we've kind of maintained it. So it creates a microclimate here on the south side of the house, and which has really lent itself,
well, and it's
to all of this.
Such a nice protected area. You have the camellia growing, plants that'll do well, really well in here that might not survive.
Well, it's like the Japanese
places.
maple, because it doesn't get desiccated from the winds, And that's the thing, you can see them out where they're supposed to be on the north, but most of the time, where drying winds will hit them, and so they look a little rough by the end of summer. But this one stays pretty healthy.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your gardens with us today.
Well, I'm so
Michael.
glad you came by. Thank you.